Welcome to the BISP Solutions. So, our today's scenario is deferred consideration in statement of financial position. What is deferred consideration? Deferred means to postpone or delay items. Deferred consideration allows the purchaser to defer the acquisition cost. If the consideration is contingent to a certain conditions being met before the payment can be made, then the parties agree to a mechanism for payment. The funds may be placed in an account and released as per the terms agreed. This deferred consideration is recorded on acquisition at the present value. It is also known as payment difference, accused revenue, or a promise to pay. In short, deferred means to postpone or delay items. This concept is quite straightforward. Let's assume a fixed sale price has been agreed between a buyer and a seller, and the part of the price is not paid at the completion but is instead deferred until a defined later date. We can say a parent may agree to pay the cash in future following the acquisition of the subsidiary. This deferred consideration is recorded on acquisition at the present value. With deferred payment, vendors and customers typically come to an agreement that lets the customer take the possession of an item now and pay the cost at the later date. These are the types of the consideration. Deferred consideration is that which will be given in the future. Normally, it can be paid in cash or it can be issued in the form of paid in shares. If it is paid in cash, then it will be creating a liability. If it is paid in the form of paid in shares, and it will be creating equity. If it's in cash, then the future cash flows should be discounted to its present value as at the date of the acquisition to the account for the time value of money. If it's going to be shares, then shares should be valued at their price at the date of acquisition only. Why here present value factor is considered? Because money received in future is not worth as much as equal amount received today. Why? Because time value of money is involved. Let's say thousand rupees received today is worth more than thousand rupees received after 1 year, because we have it is including time value of money or inflation rate. That's why. See here the types of consideration given. It can be in the form of cash, share, interest bearing loans. It's a deferred consideration. And one other another concept is contingent consideration. It means a consideration which will be paid after satisfying some predefined condition. Okay. Now let's see some example. Suppose Russia has acquired 50,000 shares in its subsidiary. In addition, Russia will also pay cash of 80 cents per share in 5 years, 1 year's time. Assume relevant discount rate of 8%. So how we'll calculate this? We must compute the liability at the present value, discounting it using the rate of 8%. So 50,000 shares into 80 cents per share, that is 50,000 into 0.80 per share into 100% equals to that, let's assume is 100 rupees, so equals to 40,000. Okay, so this is our short term liability because it will be paid after 1 year, so this creates our short term liability. And the present value of this 40,000 is 40,000 divided by 1.08, that is 37,037. Difference amount is a 2963. It will be reduced from the reserves. Okay, this is a short term liability. 37037, present value of 40,000 is 37037. It will be added in the investment, because apart from paying 50,000, apart from paying investment amount, we are also paying a consideration of 37037. So it will increase our investment. And why we are paying more? Like, if we'll pay today, we'll pay 37,000, but after 1 year we'll be paying 40,000. So why we are paying more? Because this is the interest amount or the unwinding discount amount, that is 2963. It will be reduced from the reserve surplus, because it's an expense, so profit will be reduced. Now we'll see the journal entry of investment. Basically, we pass investment in subsidiary account debit to bank. Okay, asset is increasing, so investment in subsidiary, and bank amount is reducing. Okay, so it will be credited. Asset increase, asset reduced. But if the consideration is deferred, then investment in subsidiary to deferred consideration, because our liability also increasing and asset is also increasing. At the year end, it will pass an entry for unwinding of discount, that is in finance cost. We can assume it as interest expense, finance cost account debit, interest account debit, that is expense account debit, to deferred consideration, that is our liability will be increased by um, our liability will be increased by deferred consideration. Okay, in last example we can see finance cost was 2963, so here finance cost account debit 2963 to deferred consideration 2963. Okay, and investment in subsidiary 37037 to deferred consideration 37037. Okay, total amount reflect will be 40,000. Let's see this through an example. Purchaser is our huge limited is our purchaser, small limited is our subsidiary. There are separate balance sheets are given: inventory, trade receivables, cash and bank balance, equipment, investment in subsidiary, share capital, retained earnings, and trade payables. Okay, here's some additional information given. Share purchased by the Huge Limited is 80% in Small Limited on 1st Jan 2015. Consideration was through offer of share exchange of 2 shares issued for every 3 shares acquired. That means if you are acquiring 3 shares, we will be given 2 shares. Okay, this is how the share exchange ratio is calculated. And in addition, cash consideration of rupees 5 per share will be paid after 1 year. So this is the concept of deferred consideration. That means we are paying cash consideration of rupees 5 per share after 1 year. Interest rate is given 10%. So we'll first calculate our deferred consideration. Share capital of the subsidiary company is 2 lakh and paid up value is given 10 per share. So number of shares will be 2 lakh divided by 10, that is 20,000 shares. Now we have acquired 80% shares. See, share purchase by usually 80%. That means we'll be given 16,000 shares. Now how these shares will be issued? See, consideration, how will you paying? We'll be given 3 shares for every 2 shares. So 3 shares for every 2 shares. So for 16,000 shares will be given 10667 shares. Their value is rupees 10 per share. So 10667 into 10, that is 106670. Here is the investment. Similarly, this is the investment amount 106670. Now we'll calculate, in addition we'll be paying cash consideration of 5 per share. So number of shares were 16,000. 16,000 into 5, that is 80,000. 80,000, present value of the 80,000 by using the discount rate is 10%. 80,000 divided by 1.1 is 72,800. Okay, so what is the difference amount? 80,000 minus 72,800 is 7,200. That means if we'll pay today, we'll be paying 72,800, but if we'll pay after 1 year, that we'll be paying 80,000. Okay, so difference is 72,800. Now we'll see the effect of these. We'll calculate the goodwill. Investment is 106670. See, investment 106670. Okay, we'll add up the deferred consideration because this amount will be added in investment, because this also we are paying 106670 plus we are paying cash consideration after 1 year of 72,800. So this will increase our investment. We'll deduct the share capital, that is investment less net asset, as we always do. So share capital was 2 lakh into 80% was our share. So 2 lakh into 80% comes to 1,60,000. Okay, so this is our goodwill. This will be shown in the asset side. Goodwill 19,470, working note number 1. Now our second calculation will be minority interest. Share capital. Share capital was 2 lakh into minority interest was 20%. So 2 lakh into 20% comes to 40,000. Retained earnings 1 lakh into 20%. Okay, so 20,000. So a minority interest comes to 60,000. It comes in the liability side. So non-controlling interest 60,000, working note number 2. Now we'll calculate the consolidated retained earnings. Okay, so this is the retained earning of the holding company, 2 lakh rupees. We'll add the retained earnings which it received from the subsidiary. That is, retained earning of subsidiary was 1 lakh. Our share was 80%. So 1 lakh into 80% comes to 80,000. Less deferred consideration, because this difference which we are paying more. Okay, this interest or finance cost which we say, it reduces our profit, so it will be reduced from the reserves and surplus 7,200. So our retained earnings come to 272,800. 272,800. After that, this deferred consideration is our liability which we have already calculated. As I have told you in the PPT slide, this cash consideration 80,000 will be added in our liability, short-term liability. This 42,800, 72,800 will be added in the investment, and the difference amount will be reduced from the reserves and surplus. Okay, so now we'll just calculate the consolidated balance sheet. First step is we'll just combine all the assets and liabilities. Similarly, we'll just add up 1,60,000 plus 180,000, 2,40,000. 2 lakh plus 2 lakh comes to 4 lakh. Equipment 60,000 plus 70,000 comes to 130. Investment in subsidiary we just take as it is combined. Okay. Similarly, share capital 350 plus 2 lakh comes to 550. Retained earnings of 2 lakh and 1 lakh comes to 3 lakh. Trade payables of 170 plus 150 comes to 3 lakh 20,000. Now our second step is eliminate. We don't take the investment in subsidiary in consolidated, so we'll eliminate this amount. We do not take the share capital also of the subsidiary company, so we'll eliminate that. Now in consolidated balance sheet, we'll just write these figures. 240, which we have already calculated, 4 lakh, 130. This with the investment subsidiary, we'll just ignore it. Okay. Goodwill, we have already done the calculation, 19,470. See, 19,470. Okay. We eliminate this share capital of the subsidiary, so we'll just take the holding company's share capital, that is 350. This amount we have already calculated, combined retained earnings 272,800. Okay. After that, 60,000 were our minority interest, 60,000. 80,000 is the deferred consideration. As I have told you, this will be coming in the short term liability, 80,000. And this is just the total of this 320. Trade payables 170 plus 150. So our liability total is 10 lakh 82,800 and our asset total is 10 lakh 82,800. So our balance sheet is tallied. This is how we do the deferred consideration adjustment. If you have any doubt, feel free to ask. Thank you.